In this lecture, we're going to look at legal and regulatory issues or considerations. Now, if you're operating any business, even the hotspot one, there might be laws and regulations in your country that you're supposed to follow. And we are going to look at these aspects depending on the situation in your country. Now, some countries have local laws on internet reselling. As I'd explained, some have and others don't. As I'd explained the process, like how you're selling soda, you have the factory coming down to the authorized distributors, then the depot, and then down to the retail shop. Now, some countries don't have laws regarding internet reselling because it has not happened before. So you find the laws that are there are for these big players, the mobile carriers or internet service providers, and they are not for these small players. So there, what do you do? Most people operate the business. As you said, technology always precedes regulation. But that doesn't mean you don't do anything. And that's why we have to go to the next two, or the next one, licensing requirements. So because of the challenge I had mentioned before, that some countries don't have anything for hotspot business and others do. If your country has, you register as a microservice, a micro internet service provider. But other countries, if you don't have these licensing requirements, then at least you default to the one you use when you're going to do retail trade. You first get that one. Then hopefully the conversations in your country can go towards this for internet reselling. But you should make sure you have something, at least a trading license. If you don't have something, if your country doesn't have laws for internet reselling, at least you have something. That's why when you go to importance of compliance, compliance is very important. You see, the laws and regulations in a country are put there to control, to make sure the bad players are gotten out, or so that they don't cause harm to the community. Yeah? So compliance regards the business, how you ethics, licensing, and different other things. But if your country doesn't have it, then you default to a trading license. You go to your municipal or whichever state or local authority and you tell them, this is the business that I'm doing. You register your business. Yeah? If you don't have the money to register your business, you first start. But you make sure at one point you register your business, so that in case, at least at a local level, it may not be with your company registrar, but at least at a local level you have your business registered. So that in case the authorities come and ask you, you're availing a public good, your service rather, you have something to fall back upon or to fall on. But if later in your country, the government can revise this. Licensing, we have in Uganda, we have a challenge with this one. I had said that internet reselling was not there before, and it has just come, but there's no law to regulate it. Right now, the licensing requirements are for major players who pay hundreds to thousands of tens of thousands of dollars just to get a license. So it would not make sense to charge someone doing a hotspot business those thousands or even thousands of dollars. I think the lowest is $5,000 for a community license. So $5,000, that is even money you've not seen before. You've not seen, but you have to pay before you even start. So, but it's a community license, you know. That means not for profit. So that kind of regulatory hurdle is something that you have to first find a way. That's why I had mentioned using a trading license. Meanwhile, maybe at one time when the different stakeholders have a discussion, they can come up with these internet reselling laws and then the licensing requirements. So in the next section, we are going to start up with, in the next section, we are going to look at setting up your hotspot, some basics that you need to know as a hotspot entrepreneur. See you then.